legit. I take the diet one though. I take the diet one. Not too much sugar for me.
And don't tell how long they've been sitting there.
Exactly. Yeah, it feels like it's been there for 20 years. It's a little warm.
Could be.
Yeah.
All right, is everybody ready? All right, questions for Jamore?
That moment when you see Monovan or Montaven grab that catch out of thin air to end the practice and everyone mobs him.
Yeah, man. That was amazing to see him score, man. He's a young guy who's going to be really good for us in the future. He's got to have a big impact on us this year. You know what I'm saying? So I'm proud of him that he made that play for us.
How have you seen the team progress off the field as much as on the field since we talked about it?
You can tell a lot of the guys are just getting comfortable with each other in the locker room. I think that's the biggest thing, and I think that's where it starts. You can't really have a good team on the field if you don't have a good team off the field. You know what I'm saying? So just spending time with each other, going out to eat, playing the game with each other, just the small things to build that chemistry to help us, succeed on the field.
What's it like just comparing getting a big play on the practice field versus having a nice catch down the sideline?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a different atmosphere, a different feeling. You know what I'm saying? We always in the practice field making those plays, but when you're actually doing it on a game field, it feels amazing. You know what I'm saying? You can just picture yourself in those games making those plays. So it's definitely a great feeling.
I think you guys just created. You talked about the chemistry off the field, but what about the one on the field with your quarterback?
That takes a lot of patience and a lot of just working with each other, getting those throws in every day in practice, and a lot of communication, just being able to see what he's thinking as a receiver, and he has to see what I'm thinking on certain stuff. So, it definitely progressed throughout spring. We ended spring very well, connecting on a few of those deep balls. So.
Are you more comfortable moving back outside?
Yeah. I really like outside. I can do both, but I like outside as well. Whatever the team needs me to be at, that's where I'll be.
Jamore, it's kind of a different dynamic in the receivers room now. You had a couple of veterans move on.
What is that like?
Especially now that you're one of the old heads.
Yeah, I am an old head, man. Gosh, I'm glad you. Thanks for pointing that out and reminding me. It's definitely a process. I like it though. I like it because I get to be a leader for the other guys. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just setting the example. Not only on the field but off the field, but just being able to lead the guys with Fred Ferrier, who's a guy he's usually really quiet, but he's taking that next step to being a leader, and then bringing those older guys as well, like Kendrick Law in our room is helping me out a lot. To help us, create that chemistry we need in the room, that relationship. So, it's been a blessing. So.
Do you think this group's going to survive people this year or surprise people this year?
Oh yeah, we're gonna surprise a lot of people. I'm just waiting on it. We just got to work on what we got to work on and just focus on what we got to do. A lot of people probably counting us out. They don't know much about us, but that's what we like. We just go out there and work. So.
I know one player who surprised us that we hadn't seen much before was David Washington. What have you seen from him throughout?
He's done really good this spring, man. He's done really good, and I'm proud of him as well. He was a young guy last year who even made plays for us. So I'm excited to see him take that next step and being one of the older guys as well, teaching the younger guys what to do. So he'll be good for us for sure.
What steps do you guys need to take between now and the start of the season to make sure you're getting ready?
I think it's just taking care of our bodies, the small things, getting in the weight room, getting faster, and also just continue to build chemistry with the quarterbacks, us as the receivers. That's the most important for these next 4 months, having new quarterbacks is kind of hard, but, we just got to continue to focus on that.
Speaking of the new quarterback, what did you learn about Calzada in the spring? What about him has surprised you?
Man, he's old like me, but the way he thinks is so differently from what I've experienced with other quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? And the way he throws the ball is very, very, very well. So just get on that chemistry on the same page with him has been a progress, and it's definitely been something fun. That it's been frustrating moments, like football. This happens. You know what I'm saying? He's been frustrated with me. I've been frustrated with him, but it's like a good frustration where we can just talk to each other, get on the same page, and just continue to grow there. And I know this summer we're going to work really hard with each other.
How is his thinking different?
How's his thinking? I don't know, man. He got old head thinking. He's just all over the place sometimes. But I don't know, man. He's been in the game for a while. Other than what I've experienced with other quarterbacks, he's just been in the game for a while. So the way he thinks it blows my mind the way he thinks. So I'm just out here trying to learn from him.
You've worked with a lot of quarterbacks during your career. What's his ball and his zip?
I always say he was the best throwing quarterback I've been around. He can throw the ball very well. He knows where to put the ball, which is like the best thing. Like he will throw you open, if that makes sense. If I'm covered and the DB is on me very well, he knows where to throw the ball to put me in position to catch the ball.
Is everybody good? All right.
Appreciate y'all. Have a good day.
Ty, you ready?
Yep.
All right, questions for Ty.
Coach Soup said that the defense, y'all the biggest jump you can make from now to the start of fall is focusing on the details. What are some of those details that can be difficult to learn and hard to execute?
I just feel like at the end of the day, we always preach alignment, assignment, and attention to detail. I know you just harped a little bit about attention to detail, but just really just focusing on our alignment and our assignment. Sometimes, and me included, but we all want to make that big play. But it's like, no, just stay in your gap. Do what you need to do so somebody else can make the play. And at the end of the day, if the play's made, then we all win. So just keeping that in mind and just doing that, just the little things.
Where do you think you saw the defense grow this spring?
Our effort, I feel like our effort. Coach Yusuf Corker, he actually had a presentation yesterday about effort, and it's just really just something that it's either you want it or you don't. But I just feel like this spring, a lot of people just had a lot more effort, running to the ball a lot more, and just wanting to be out there. Also, I feel like in the back end, we're covering guys a lot better. I just feel like our confidence is up just overall, and just energy is contagious. And if somebody in the back end has energy, and it leads up to the linebackers and then the front guys. So yeah, just that's how I feel.
You know the history of this program, obviously, you probably more than anybody on this team. And you know how last year wasn't what anybody wanted.
Right.
Now that spring's done, how does that motivate you guys through the summer to get it back to where you want it to be?
Because I feel like no one wants to go through what we went through last year. I mean, everyone knows that we won 4 games. It was a bad season for us. And the feeling that we had when we walked off this field for the last time against Louisville, no one wants to feel that way again. Me personally, I have a lot of friends that play college football, and they were all in bowl games. And it's just like, I'm at the crib chilling while they're in Florida or somewhere nice playing a bowl game. So I feel like that's just a motivation for us when we get back into the weight room and we just continue to train. That's just what needs to be on the front of our mind, that we don't want to go 4-8 again. We want to flip that, you know what I'm saying, and do even better, 10-win plus season. So yeah.
Jamore said that Calzada can throw receivers open. Can you feel that on the defensive side of the ball? Throwing somebody open?
Yeah, most definitely. Because I mean, like for me personally, it's like they get on my toes and I got to flip my hips and run. So I might be with him for a step or two, but like eventually down the field, he probably just will outrun me or whatever. But well, I don't want to say outrun me, but anyways, but yeah, I feel like Calzada, he does have a strong arm, and that's what I say to a lot of people when they ask me about him. He has a really strong arm. Like he can flick it 20-20, and it just looks effortlessly, and that's what I've seen this offseason and into the spring as well. So, but yeah, I kind of feel like what Jamore was saying about that.
During the spring, Coach White talked about, as a defense, you guys didn't have that closing mentality last year, both in the second half of games and the season. How do you fix that? Like, how does that change?
It's the want to, the effort. Obviously some circumstances didn't go our way last year when it comes to defensively, but we can't think about that. We have to go out there every single time, every single chance we get to touch the field, we go out there and execute what we do. And yeah, it's just a want-to piece. You know what I mean? Sometimes we just got to get out of our feelings. And because there's going to be games where the offense is down and we got to pick them up, and vice versa. We're going to be down, they got to pick us up. But we can't go out there with our heads moped. And I feel like it was too much of that last year, where something will happen, some unfortunate thing will happen, sudden change. And it's just like, we go out there and, we're yelling at the offensive guys and too many guys open and stuff like that. So we just can't have that this year.
Am I good? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.